Hey guys, how's everything going? This is JSer. Welcome to another episode of me learning accessibility. In the previous one, we've covered the keyboard access. In this video, let's try to cover the screen reader support. There are four sections. The first one, semantics and screen readers. Okay, there are some introductions. So the basic idea of this is that we need to use semantic HTML. In the previous keyboard navigation, we know that the controls, the browser would allow the implicitly enable the keyboard access for the controls, but also for screen readers, it's more than the controls, right? For like the headings, stuff, the semantic tags like main, nav, they're all helping the screen readers to provide better speaking. So for semantics, every element have some of the following semantic properties. One is role, one is name, and one is value, and one is state. For example, a role means like it's a button or it's an input or group, something. Okay. For name, it's the computed label. It's determined by determined by a lot of rules. It could be title, placeholder, or label, or aria label, like aria labeled by. So it's like a heuristic algorithm to decide what the name it should be. For some elements may have a value. For instance, input type text may have a value. For some elements, it may also have a state, which conveys their current state. For instance, select. The accessibility tree. For each node in the DOM, the browser determines if a node is semantically interesting. It has semantics, and adds it to the accessibility tree. This is interesting. It means that all the readable elements, accessible elements will be extracted and create an accessibility tree. Actually, Chrome allow us to wait a minute. Chrome actually has this accessibility tree feature called accessibility. And enable full page accessibility tree. Let's reload it. Here it is. Yeah, this is the DOM, right? When we toggle it, we will have a semantic accessibility tree. Let's see what it is. Okay, this is a root web area, the DOM actually, and then link to skip to content. This is a banner, a button, a link, and generic, focusable, main, article, navigation. This is navigation. So the main article, if we use tab, we can see, okay, here, something. Tab keyboard access will focus on the control elements. If we use, let's give it a try out the screen reader. This is built in from Mac.
Welcome to VoiceOver. VoiceOver on Chrome. Semantics and screen readers. Google Chrome. JSer. Window. Semantics and screen readers. Selected. Tab. Group. You are currently on a selected tab. Group. Inside a group. To exit this group, press Control, Option, Shift, Up arrow.
Yeah, you can Control, Option, Shift, arrow.
In semantics and interact with the title of button. You are currently in a button.
Here's tab here.
Chrome has new window.
And
interact with the title of interact C L O S link. Rob Dodson.
Here.
You are currently on a link. To click this link, press Control, Option, Space.
Interesting.
Chrome has link. Twitter.
Twitter,
link,
GitHub,
glitch, link. Homepage. On this page, have you ever stopped to wonder how assistive technology,
you can see that this
such as
is read stuff
knows
to
what to
us
announce to users? The
rather
answer
than
is that these technologies
control.
rely on developers marking up their pages with semantic HTML. But what are semantics, and how do screen readers use them? Heading level 2, 2 items. Before diving into a teapot's handle is this teapot when we build graph article. You are currently on an article. Heading level 1. In heading level in text. S E T.
Oh, even I can focus on separate text.
You are currently in a interact with heading level. The 18th of November 2000 appears it link accessible to all link. Link, image. Rob Dodson.
Here you
You are
can
currently
see
on a
that
link. To click this link, press Control
it
Option
will read
space.
that what it is. It's a link,
Image.
and
Rob Dodson.
then the alt
You are currently on a
of the
link.
image.
To click this link, press Control Option disclosure triangle
like,
group on this page.
Cool, yeah.
You are
this one.
currently on a text element. N.
Okay, this is I'm
Space.
not very
T.
familiar with the interaction, but
In text. N.
no, not this one.
This link number. Chrome has new AF. You are currently on a link. Affordances and semantics. You are
Let's stop it.
stop
Anyway.
recording button. You are currently on a button. Voiceover off.
Anyway, so that's it. Just notice that the screen reader is a little different from the keyboard navigation. Keyboard navigation mainly about the controls, the actions, but screen reader allows users to get the web page read. It's not only about the controls, but about the sections. How can the contents be represented in voice, right? So it's more about the semantics. Cool, let's go to the next section about heading and landmarks. The headings, yeah, use the headings. I use them a lot. Don't skip levels. Always do H1, H2, and to imply the structures. Yeah, it's some rule we should follow. And next one is use landmarks to aid navigation, such as main, nav, and aside. To be honest, I have seldom used them, but yeah, I should use them more. Don't use everything with divs. Cool. This one is a very interesting technique called bypass repetitive content with skip links. Skip link. Skip links means that if we have a web page with some main content, we might have a lot of navigation links before the content, right? So if for users to navigate through the main content, it might be necessary for users to skip a lot of links, pressing a lot of tabs, which is not very user friendly. So this trick is called skip link. Let's give it a try. So when we press tab, okay, let's focus here and tab. There's a hidden link called skip to main. If we ignore it, you can see that we will focus the link, and go to the main content. But if we press it and then tab, it will focus on the link, skipping the link, right? So yeah, it's allow us to jump to the main content quicker. It is implemented in GitHub or Twitter. You can give it a try. I think it's there. It's more interesting if we turn on a voiceover. Let's give it a try.
Welcome to voiceover. Voiceover on Chrome.
So yeah.
Skip link example. Google Chrome. JSer. Window. Skip link example. Selected. Tab. Group.
You
are currently entering skip link. Visited. Link.
Yeah, here.
Skip to main. Chrome has new window.
You
are currently on a link.
Inside
says, web content.
If we want to click link, press Control Option Space.
To exit this web area, press Control
Option Shift
up arrow.
So if we press
Chrome
Control Option Shift arrow right, it will go to the next section, which is skip level.
You are currently on a heading level 1.
Let's see how it's
to exit this web area, press the tab key to open the skip link. Then press enter. Navigation. You are press tab one more time. Navigation.
If you want to get inside, use arrow down.
List one item.
I guess.
Bullet. Link.
Yeah.
Link.
Something like
link. Navigation.
Out.
Press tab one more time. In text. Out of skip link example.
So if we go back to here, skip link, and as it said, press Control Option Space. Control Option Space. You can see that it's jumped to the main content. Wow, so interesting.
Kevin Porchetta, let's stop recording. But voiceover off.
Cool. This is it. This is landmarks and headings. Just use it. It's pretty cool. Where is the other one? Use semantic tags, labels, and text alternatives. What is this? Labels? Yes, the name, inspect, and elements name. Let's give it a shot. For example, this button. Let's take a look at the name of this button. There's an accessibility. You can see that this is the share. Name is share because ARIA label are not specified, and content is share. So title is not specified. So content will be used as this name. Role is button fixable true. So there's a heuristic rule of deciding what the name is, and checking for missing names. Okay, there's a different rule to set the name for a different element. For example, for documents, there's a title for this web page, pretty straightforward. And for iframe, should be a title. For images and objects, if images in the link, we have alt, alternatives, and input type image. Actually, this is the first time I know that there's a type image for input. It's actually create an image submit button. Anyway, it's supposed alt to. Embedded objects, we need to use the children, right? Yeah, this is the children. Regular text, label buttons and links. Buttons, we don't need to if it's we have some text content, we don't need to set the name because this will be used. It is perfectly valid. And if it's an icon button without text, there's a problem. So that's why when there's no text content, we need to use the ARIA label to override it. Interesting. So for ARIA, it's a very complex technology, I would say. I would cover it later. There's some other like ARIA checked, ARIA menu something. I don't know. We will go into details. For links, I think the content will be used, I guess. So this is not descriptive here because this link is here. It doesn't say anything. So check out the content text inside of this anchor tag should explain something. I usually do something like this, so it is pretty stupid. Label for form elements. This is trick. Put the input elements inside of a label, and then the content, right? The contents will be used as the label. So yeah, pretty interesting. Or we need to use for. This is a standard usage. Some understanding. Does this image have an accessible name? It has temp here. I think yes. Yeah, alt. This one objects. Does this object have an accessible name? No. For objects, you will check the text content. So, yeah, no. Does this button have an accessible name? Button. This is SVG icon. There's no text content, so no. 4. This sample renders an icon button with a tooltip that appears on hover and focus. Does this button have an accessible name? Button. This is the text, so yeah, sure. Does this checkbox has an accessible name? Label, input, label. This will be used as the name, so yes. Does this checkbox has an accessible name? This input checkbox, value is not the label. For subscribe, this should be the name for this. These two controls are not matched. For we should point the name of the input control. So no. Oh no, I'm sorry, not name but ID. Yeah. For React, you should use the newest. I think use ID, something. Use ID hook. All right, it creates the unique ID, I guess. Oh, anyway, so that is labels, pretty simple. And then media accessibility. This web post is mostly about the web video text tracks. So this one, the subtitles. Yeah, I'll skip it. It's not very interesting. It just said we could add extra subtract to the video element, and also we could specify the styles of the tracks, like certain text content size stuff, which is done by the COE queue. pseudo element. Cool. There are a few kinds of text tracks. The one is captions. Captions is transcript. Subtitles are translations stuff. Descriptions is description of visual parts of video content. Chapters intended to display when the user is navigating with the video. Metadata not visible on USB and maybe used by script. I don't know what they're talking about, but generally I would say it's mostly about captions and subtitles. And yeah, just know it's good to have, I guess. Okay, let's go back to the articles. Yep, we finished the section of semantics and a screen reader. There's the last one section about create a design and CSS that supports users with different needs. Okay, this is about UI, I guess. This is what assistive technology, and this one is about keyboard navigation. 3 parts. When you are asked in the interview about accessibility, you could talk about the 3 things. Pretty cool, huh? See you next time. Bye bye.